Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening in the podcast right now. It is Saturday, November the 8th, 2025. I wanted to come here and speak about the viral Starbucks coffee cup or coffee mug, whatever you want to call it, that just came out, and people are fighting over this bare plastic mug or coffee cup because they cannot get one, right? So before I continue, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who is listening using Spotify. Don't forget to follow me there on Spotify. I'm speaking to you right here. Following the podcast, JulissaDesigns podcast on Spotify, excuse me, really helps me as a creator. So I really appreciate if you do that. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who's watching the video right now on YouTube. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know, guys, what you think about this. So this year has been very epic. We have seen so many things come to light, and things that are coming to the surface. We should have known by December 2024, there were a lot of things that were coming to the surface, right? God is exposing a lot of things. But the issue that I have with this viral cup, right, from Starbucks, it's really is once again showing us, what type of society we're living in right now, right? As we see the days continue on with this government shutdown, there's no solution in sight. As we see people struggling to put food on the table, not getting the SNAP benefits and things like this, a lot of companies laying off people. We see so many things and so much people in need. Obviously, a lot of things happening overseas as well. Um, and now we have the most infant, in my opinion, the most infant-looking type of sippy cup that a massive multi-billionaire company has brought out, and it has become viral because everybody now needs it, right? Regardless of the age, right? To be honest, when I saw this thing, I was like, is that only for kids, right? I mean, are we gonna walk around with pacifiers in our mouth now? Like, to see how people are actually fighting to get one of the sippy cups from this company, right? It tells you the type of mentality and the type of society that we're living in. Yes, everybody can do whatever they want with their money. Everybody has free will, all of that. But it makes you think, this is crazy because from what I'm seeing in videos that I've seen online, it seems like this cup is $30. Like, we have normalized consumerism. We have normalized things to be priced higher than they shouldn't be, right? It's almost like this luxury um, retail companies that sell you, let's just say, a dress for $2,000, and with $2,000 you can get like for every season like 10 outfits or even more than that, right? Um, and it could be just the same fabric too, right? It's just um, it's just interesting to see how it's almost like this play into society that if it goes viral, you can be selling paper, plain paper, and people will still buy it because it's viral, it's in demand. Um, and not long ago, the big thing that everybody was crazy about was the Stanley Cups, right? And now that's no longer the thing. So now we have this infant-looking sippy cup, right? That looks like those honey containers, right? That we see like around this time when we get the flu and things like this. We always get the honey in that type of container. And now this company decided to use it for a marketing thing, and people are fighting over buying that, right? So this is sometimes why there's not, like, if you really think about it, there's not this sense of urgency from the higher ups to be like, yo, we gotta do something because people are starving and things like that. When you're seeing people lining up outside at 4 in the morning just to get this type of looking sippy cup, right? For adults. Adults are after this thing fighting for it, right? Also, when I looked at it, it reminded me of when you go to like a dollar store, right? And they have the summer, like during the summertime, they have this display of summer items. That's what it reminds me of, especially with a straw, right? We're about to enter Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holidays, right? And this thing looks like it's coming out for like May or something. Yet people are crazy about it, right? Um, there are selling something to somebody. People can be experts at it. There are people who are high-ranking sales people that will tell you to your face, "I can sell anything." That's something about they're like expert about negotiating and flattery and just like years before you will walk into a mall in a mall, right? And you see the people at the kiosk and they greet you and they always say compliments to you, just trying to get you to buy their product, right? And based on how the conversation goes with you, that's how they base their price. And a lot of people don't understand that. But the salespeople they'll like right in our faces because at the end of the day, it's all about the commission, right? And it's all about um who can sell the most, the commission, the goals that they have to do and things like this. And they can if they're gonna use flattery, they're gonna tell you it's the last one in stock in order for you to get it. So much strategy behind this whole thing that if you just think about it for 1 second and you think about it, you're like, wait, do I really need to buy a sippy cup that looks like something that I mean, I don't want to say the name of the company. You guys know what I'm referring to. They can come out and start selling pacifiers that carry coffee on them, and people will go crazy about it, right? It's almost like it's right in our faces. Kind of like whatever they put out, people will still buy it because it's all about going viral and popularity, right? But if we really take a look back and be like, wait a second, I don't need to buy this type of looking sippy cup. And this company recently had to apologize because there was a fight. Many fights has been happening about this thing. Let me read you this article because this is just crazy. It's laughable. It's embarrassing. Also, it's like, wow, when does it end? It's a big joke. In my opinion, it's like a big joke. Before it was the Stanley Cups, everybody wanted one with a different color, right? You need to have it. You need to walk around with the big coffee cup and all of that. Like I said, people we all have our thing that we always want to carry with ourselves. But when it comes to looking kind of like childish to the point that like, really, this is what you're after? It's like, wow, you know? Then you look at everything that's happening kind of like on the other side, right? The need for jobs, the need for SNAP benefits, the need for this and the other. And then they see people lining up outside this multi-billion-dollar company. They'll be like, the economy is doing well. What are we talking about here, right? Um, that's what it is. They know that somehow, somewhere, the money is gonna come out, especially when something goes viral. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So let me just read to you. Well, the company, as we know, is called Starbucks, right? And they had to apologize. They were forced to apologize. It says here over a barista brawls as fans take out the store for hours, and they still cannot get those cups, right? On November 6th, the coffee chain released its 2025 holiday menu merchandise, including the already viral glass Starbucks Barista Bear, like Bearista cold cup, a 20-ounce vessel shaped like a teddy bear wearing a Starbucks green knitted beanie, priced at $29.95. $30. Can like right now people are crying over the SNAP benefits. $30 to buy groceries, but you need to have, right? I think one thing, it looks just like that honey thing, the honey company. I wonder if they're like related or the honey company is gonna go after them because he basically took their cup that is so everybody recognized this cup as a honey thing, as the honey container, and basically they took it over and now they made it into this coffee mug for $30. And it's like, talk about design. and being so similar. Like, I wonder if they're like related. Is this a partnership or what's going on, right? So, the novelty cup has caused quite a commotion, with many customers unable to get their hands on one of the some, even starting fights over them, including one brawl that made the news in Texas. Let me continue to read. After a fan began expressing disappointment over the festive fiasco, the company released an apology saying this excitement for our merchandise exceeded even our biggest expectation. Despite shipping more Bearista cups to the coffee houses than almost any other merchandise item this holiday season, the Bearista cup and some other items sold out very fast. They added, "We understand many customers were excited about the Bearista cups and apologize for the disappointment they may have caused." They did not return any clarification on how many cups were being supplied to each store, which is something that people will call and be like, how many do you get every day, like for us to go and see if we can get one. They say, and they have not said how frequently they will restock it. I think more is gonna come out of this because it went viral, right? And because they see that they're paying $30 for this little cup, because it's viral. Like, they're gonna do more merchandise, right? Scarves, hoodies, like sweatshirts, like who knows, right? It says here that before the Seattle-based chain apologized, many fans took to the comment section on the November 5th promotional video of the cup to air their frustration. And somebody said, "I find it quite disappointing that a big company like this will release a new collection that clearly generates hype and inability frustration," one wrote. "I'm sorry, but this time the disappointment has real consequences. There are plenty of alternatives out there and many of us feel let down." Wow. Also that cup reminds me of kind of like a baby bottle. Like, there's something about it that it looks very childish to me, very infant like. And it's not like it's being catered, right? Because kids don't drink coffee, right? As far as I know. So this is being catered to adults, and still adults are crying over not getting one. This is so interesting. Like, the whole thing is like, wow. They say some people reportedly went to great lengths to try to get their hands on one, even stocking other local companies, the local store. "I went for 4 stores," said one person, "at 4:30 in the morning, saw the barista put out 2 cups, and then right as the clock struck 4:30, before opening the doors, went and purchased both of them before and acted like they didn't get any in the store. The other 3, I went only got one in stock and one store did not get any, and that was at 5:30 in the morning." Wow. This is what's going on. Somebody said, "I got up at 4 a.m. and drove to a location that specifically said it will have this cup. I was first in line and they didn't have it. I drove for to 4 more locations. None of them had it and said they never did." And somebody wrote, "If you're going to excite people over this, then make sure all stores have supply." And so many people are disappointed. Oh my goodness. Wow. I wonder if AI is behind this whole thing. Because now, before it was like the big, people who never do anything, right? We don't do anything. We don't go to a new restaurant or a new place without searching about it, right? So before, everything was like, let's see what the reviews are. We do a lot of Google searches. But now the thing is like, if we're planning on doing something, we'll use AI for assistance, right? And because of the impact this has had, for something to look, in my opinion, so childish, it looks like an infant battle, baby battle, right? For it to be so impacted like this, that people are waking up at 4 a.m. checking out what the baristas are doing with the cup counting, like pretty much monitoring barista over a cup like that. In the state of the economy right now and everything that's happening, it's really it's really an eye opening. I mean, I don't know really like how else to describe it. When I first saw this thing about it, I was like, this reminds me of those kind of like display that the dollar store puts out, or even Michael's. They put out for like the summer gathering, like the picnics and like the barbecue days and things like that. Especially because it has a straw on it. So let me know, guys, what you think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Have a good day.